Hey everybody, it's your old pal John. This is one that is, okay, top 10 times America copied Britain but failed. So I'm interested in this. I know one of them that's going to be on here. Well, maybe not.
10, Doctor Who.
Oh.
With the long-running success of sci-fi series Doctor Who in the UK, why wouldn't the US want to cash in on the franchise? That was the plan in the mid-90s, with the British programme having been dormant since 1989.
No, sorry. The dead stay dead. You can't turn back time.
Yes, you can.
Now this was before reboots were such commonplace, so this TV film was presented as a continuation of the original, intended to kickstart a stateside produced series. Alas, the flick failed to win over American audiences, and the show wouldn't see a UK revival until nearly a decade later.
Incredible. Did you see that? What a sentimental old thing this TARDIS is.
Number 9.
Okay, so when I was younger, people were really into Doctor Who. Nobody ever mentioned it here in the States about an American version. It must have been that bad.
Travelling by train. Okay, so they may never run on time, but there's not many locations in the UK a train can't get you, when it does eventually arrive at least.
Surely this is illegal to be packed in like this.
They also allow you to get from one end of the country to the other in not too bad a time. The same can't be said for rail travel in the US, with most travellers opting to fly instead, even between relatively close cities.
Yeah.
Who needs Paris climate agreements when you're so environmentally friendly, eh?
Yeah.
Clearly, America has failed in replicating the semi-efficiency of British rail travel. Number 8.
Yeah, so after World War II, the United States, well, we, in a short period of time of our country, we built multiple cities. A lot of them came with the buying your own house sort of mentality after World War II. So you get a lot of suburbs and things like that. And they're car oriented, they're vehicle oriented. So the infrastructure, like the trains, I mean, in the city, you know, New York has it, a subway, I should say. You can take a train across the U.S., and people used to do that before cars, but that was to get from one side to the other, and maybe from major cities. But most people didn't do a lot of traveling. Your everyday average American didn't do a lot of traveling in that period of time. But then when the vehicle came out, it was more like, you know, we can drive and enjoy the outdoors. I mean, now it's sort of like not necessarily a pastime, but you know, it's just the way it, I guess, turned out to be. Streets got wider, more cars, that kind of thing. But my parents and grandparents actually took a train ride across the country. And my grandfather noted that the last time he had been on a train was during the war when he was being shipped out. And he said that, you know, he was like 91 years old when they went across the country. And he says, like, he said it had square wheels, he thought. So he didn't like it very much. But, okay.
Skins. While the bridge between British and American TV has successfully been crossed a fair few times before, this wasn't one of those times.
Yeah.
The American skins proved an all-round disaster from start to finish, inciting critical derision and public controversy. See,
Really?
the problem was that when the show's edgy storylines hit US screens, the focus on teenage sex and drug addiction sparked massive criticism.
Oh,
with
Americans
some
don't
groups
like
even
that.
calling for charges against MTV and the production team. Couple that with rapidly falling ratings, and the stateside skins was swiftly dropped after just one season. Number 7,
I guess, okay, I've never heard of Skins, so I don't know. But I guess that's why it failed. But yeah, a lot of, when it's TV shows about drug use and stuff like that, I don't know. For some reason, like, we have so much drug use here in the States, but I guess we just don't want to see it. There's a lot of stuff we just don't want to talk about, maybe.
universal healthcare.
If this is the National Health Service, take me back to the leeches.
NHS funding is always concerning, but if the British medical system pulls you through, it won't cost you anything more than your parking fee. But in the US, just because modern medicine can save your life, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen for you without consequence. If your insurance policy won't cover it, you're looking at hefty bills. Mind you, it's not always a financial walk in the park, even if you do have excellent coverage. The closest the states have come to duplicating universal healthcare is with what's known as Obamacare, essentially tax credits for health insurance.
Yep.
Not quite as desirable, but hey, who knows what the future might hold.
The Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, struck down by a Texas judge today.
So we did try it, and actually when my brother was in between jobs, he was on the Affordable Care Act. And basically what it is I don't know, you do get sort of like vouchers from the government, but the problem is our health insurance is such a giant thing. It's got its hands everywhere in the government, private sector, the drug companies. I mean, it's so big to take on that the government's in their pocket. And I mean, you look at things like, I think you guys were around, some of you who have been around a little longer on the channel know that I have my gallbladder removed. And the bill for that was $50,000 to have my gallbladder removed. I didn't have to pay it because I have health insurance, but I still had to pay like $2,000 of it. It's called a deductible. So, well, you guys probably heard of a deductible, but anyway, that's the bottom line. But, you know, we could just cut through all this garbage if... I'm not saying the governments do a great job, but, you know, I don't know. It could be better. Much, much better. Because, I mean, after somebody goes to the hospital, they have a bill to pay. What if you don't have health insurance? I mean, you can buy it's like $2,000 a month or whatever, $3,000 maybe. I don't know. Or if you get it through your job, then you only have to pay like maybe half that. But if you don't have any insurance whatsoever, you could be stuck with a bill. And there are people who refuse to take an ambulance because they have to pay $500 for the ambulance ride. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I don't know why Americans are always like, oh, we're so wonderful, we're free, you know, America's the best place in the world. I mean, these are people who have not left other places. They think every other place has, like, they think national health care is socialism. It blows my mind.
6. American Grime. British grime stars such as Dizzy Rascal and Stormzy you're probably familiar with. But when you hear the name Jumanji, you probably picture Robin Williams running from a rhino, not the American grime artist. That's because the US contingent of grime music has yet to take off, with the genre being synonymous with life on estates within the UK, and its unique British slang and pronunciation, US artists have struggled to reproduce its magic. Despite having its own dedicated label, grime has a long way to go in the States.
I don't know much about it. Maybe tell me in the comments.
Number 5. The Morning Fry-Up. The ultimate hangover cure and the perfect way to start your day. The Morning Fry-Up.
What the f*** is that?
You know the ingredients. Bacon, sausages, a fried egg, beans, tomatoes, mushrooms, pancakes.
Ooh, that sounds
Hang on
good.
a minute. Pancakes with your breakfast. What is this treachery? Only the US would have the audacity to throw in such a wild card and upset the natural order of things. But nothing compares to the pancake-free original, better known as the Full English. Number 4. The Wicker Man.
We do have that here. It's called, it is called an English breakfast. I don't know why I guess that's why they call it that, but I don't know. I like it. I think it's always wonderful. It's for America, or the United States of America. It's not overly proportioned compared to what most people do eat.
Spoiler alert, the ending to the original Wicker Man, where a police sergeant portrayed by Edward Woodward meets a grisly end at the hands of a disturbing island cult, is horrifying.
Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ!
The remade version, with Nicolas Cage playing the doomed sergeant instead, is unintentionally hilarious, and spawned the eternal memes it deserved.
Get off the bike.
Step away from the bike.
Hollywood has been guilty on more than one occasion of taking a classic British film and remaking it with pitiful results.
Yeah.
They really outdid themselves with this one, punctuated by Cage's notorious overacting.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah!
Number 3.
Nicolas Cage is weird, dude. There's so many. If you want to see something fun, hear some funny stuff, just look up stories about Nicolas Cage. He's an odd dude. Yeah, God, no wonder it didn't work.
American Cricket Conference.
Is that the one with the things on the floor and you fill them with the balls?
No, that's croquet.
Cricket is a British sporting staple, but in the States it's about as popular as basketball is in Blighty. Whereas Major League Soccer has been fairly successful in the US, the American Cricket Conference hasn't fared so well. While the average American may be able to identify, say, David Beckham, Freddie Flintoff, not so much.
Yeah.
American homegrown sports do tend to be more popular in the US than they are worldwide. Baseball is the preferred bat and ball pastime across the Atlantic. Meanwhile, the United States of America Cricket Association has managed to be expelled from the International Cricket Council due to controversy. Not that anyone in the States would know.
I mean, that tells you that North America is really hungry for good cricket.
Number 2.
Yeah. Okay. So we do have baseball. That's sort of our version of cricket. It's stolen. I'm pretty sure it's stolen. But I mean, any kind of stick and ball kind of thing makes sense. I mean, if you have a stick, you have a ball, and you're a kid, something's going to happen. It's going to be fun, or a window's going to get broken. But either way, they're similar. I think. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. We didn't do so great with that.
Percy Jackson, Levin Thumps, and Landon Snow versus Harry Potter. Percy Jackson is the protagonist of an American series of mystical adventure books who's a young boy demigod who trains at Camp Half-Blood and is pivotal in the battle of good versus evil.
This is a lot to process.
Levin Thumps, on the other hand, is the protagonist of an American series of mystical adventure books who's a young orphan pivotal in the battle of good versus evil. Landon Snow is the protagonist of an American series of mystical adventure books who doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. Hands down, when it comes to fiction about supernatural children, the Brits just do it better.
True.
I wondered when I'd be seeing you, Mr. Potter.
Number 1.
Yep, it is true. We're big Harry Potter fans, and yeah, that's just it. Harry Potter's the best.
Cringe comedy.
Oh, dear.
Look, let's be honest, the US has indeed had some success with cringe comedies, such as Larry David's Curb Your Enthusiasm and their version of Ricky Gervais's seminal The Office. But they've failed miserably when attempting remakes of the likes of, say, The In-Betweeners.
I'm not being funny.
Yeah,
the
American Office. We love it here, but we also, the purists of us, do like the UK version. Anyway, it's full of great humor. It's really Americanized British humor. I know that sounds like duh, John, but I don't know. There's an intricacy about it.
Out. Britain could be considered the originator of cringe comedy, thanks to genius shows like Fawlty Towers, and simply the best at it due to more modern examples, including The Amazing Peep Show. Let's just hope the latter doesn't get a Seth Rogen and James Franco starring remake.
Ooh.
Or some such. Sheesh.
Too formal. Lighten things up. Light, not slimy.
What do you guys think? Did they miss anything there? Let me know in the comments. All right, everyone. Take it easy. I'll talk to you later.